welcome to our 2025 Sustainability Day. Welcome also from Carlo Nicolais. He's at home with a seasonal flu, and he's following us, of course, by remote. So, hi, Carlo. Thank you very much for everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all the people, colleagues, and stakeholders who are connected, some on Teams, some on YouTube. A really great and large family listening to us. The name of today's sustainability journey is doing business with a sense of sharing. But what is this sense of sharing? Sustainability is a process. We have said this many times. It is a process that requires that a company sets goals and shares its goals, shares the ways to reach these goals and the ways to measure if it has reached or not these goals. So it is a very large kind of sharing that we do with all our stakeholders, the internal ones, the colleagues. We do it with our clients. We do it with our vendors. We do it with institutions, with representatives of administrations, of universities, of NGOs, with many of them. And some of them are present here today, and I thank them very much. And some others are following us by remote, but the sense of the journey that we are doing is to share our goals, our vision with them. This year, we did a process of stakeholder engagement, very, very bold, with 25 direct one-to-one interviews of 1 hour each with them. So thank you to our stakeholders also for this, because they gave us their time to look at how we are carrying on sustainability and giving us a lot of suggestions and ideas and also critical aspects that we want to afford, to implement our activity. We had also 20,500 employees responding to our questionnaires, and 80% of them gave us also qualitative suggestions. So it's a lot. It is around 1/4 of our company population. It's very high. And we got a number of suggestions. We understood that our colleagues, mainly young colleagues, but not only, of course, ask us to be more sustainable as possible. They want their company to be sustainable. They want us to invest in research to develop technologies that can be enablers of energy transition and circularity for our clients. They want us to afford some critical aspects: climate change, water consumption, biodiversity protection. They want all this. So I thank them. I thank you, colleagues, for your participation. We now are analyzing all the comments, all the feedbacks that we got, all together with our sustainability team, which is very large. It is composed by the people working with me and with the people working with Giancarlo Reschigna. I thank him as well, and I thank all the team. We are analyzing these feedbacks because we want to align our sustainability strategy and the ESG plan that we will launch next year, that will be 2026-2035, and it will go parallel and within our industrial plan. We want these suggestions to be included. We would like really to consider them as let's say, suggestions to go on to implement our path even more. So, unfortunately, our CEO, Bernini, is not able to be with us today. And this allows me, let's say, to go strictly inside the journey that I would like to drive you through this 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. Because this year we have decided to show the best activities, the best projects, the best results for each areas of our sustainability strategy, which is aligned with the Directive for Sustainability Reporting. And so we have chosen one best case for each activity, and I will do it, of course, with the help of the people who are working on these aspects within my team, within other departments of the company. And I want to say once more, like last year and the year before, that sustainability is a teamwork. So let's start with the first section, which is dedicated to biodiversity. Improving biodiversity. We will have a connection with one of these stakeholders that have helped us and are helping us to improve our performances. And we will afford this theme together with Maurizio Rigolio, who is Group Environmental Sustainability Manager and one of my 2 columns, and Marina Blancafort, Environmental Sustainability Engineer of Tecnimont. So I think we can connect with Jane Glavan from Distant Imagery. She's co-founder of this company. Hi, Jane.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. Good. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. During the stakeholder engagement, Jane gave us a lot of suggestions, and she's really great. She's doing a great work on biodiversity, I would say worldwide. Then maybe you will explain a little bit more. Trying to implement the surface of mangrove forests that are really a solution. And I love mangroves. I think that my colleagues do too. And I would like to ask Jane and to explain why are mangroves so, let's say, effective with the environment, with the society, with the protection, the restoration, the carbon absorption. Please, Jane.
Yeah, of course, and thank you. So mangroves really are powerhouses of the environment. Really, what's so special and unique about them is that there's no cap on the amount of carbon storage they can store. So for terrestrial trees, there's a limit in how much they can store. But with blue carbon ecosystems, so mangroves, salt marshes, seagrasses, because of tidal inundation, they can store carbon for thousands and thousands of years. And same time, though, if you do remove a mangrove, those thousands of years can be emitted back into the atmosphere. So they really are a powerhouse for carbon absorption. They really are incredible around providing habitats for species, but also for infrastructure and protection of that infrastructure.
And for example, Jane, what kind of species grew within the mangroves? So they are the house for these species. Which kind of them?
So it's really incredible. Around the world, it varies dramatically, from tigers and boa constrictors in Indonesia to in the Middle East where we are. Really, it's around so many different species of cetaceans that really make it a home for when their young are coming to be, as well as fisheries and crabs and endemic species of birds But really, what's really interesting is not just the amount of biodiversity or species within the system, but that interplay with how they connect with the soil, making it more aerated, having more biomass in the soils. And so this interplay between biodiversity and how it operates and how it lives in the environment increases ecosystem services further. So it's a really beautiful hand-in-hand partnership.
It's wonderful, Jane. And they do also purify water, do they?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What's really beautiful about blue carbon habitats and mangrove areas, such as what we have, is that it really is from a species level, but also from protection of infrastructure, from storm surge and sea level rise. It purifies water so that not only are the waterways cleaner, but from an infrastructure perspective, it even helps with efficiency of the systems. It really stabilizes shorelines. It's really critical to mangroves and how we relate with the environment, but also protect our infrastructure and our livelihoods from future of climate change that we're seeing even today in Jamaica.
And they can also be used to make education for children, for students, and also to give work to communities, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. From a children's perspective, and even from an adult perspective, they're really, you only protect what you love, and you love what you can feel, and you have a resonance with, you have a feeling within. And so really it's not just when we're advocating for tech, it's not just tech for tech's sake, it's really this interplay of humans involved in that and how they should be part of the process, and then how they can relate and touch the soil and touch the seeds and fill the drone, but also hand plant some of the seeds. This interplay between humans and tech and people are so vital. Part of what we do is that we engineer all our own aerial climate solutions, test at scale here within our region, but then we work with communities in the global south to empower them to do the same. So they physically are building these climate tech solutions, but sharing the changes in their methodology so we all get better together.
I thank you very much, Jane. I hope you will join the rest of the event, listening to us. Thank you. We can close the connection. And please, Maurizio and Marina, come in the middle. You can stay, you can stand or sit as you like. I love so much mangroves that I really would like my company to make projects on this. Do you think it could be, how could it be one piece of our strategy on biodiversity?
Yes, Ilaria, indeed. I think it's very important that companies like ours engage in biodiversity projects because, for example, we work a lot in the Middle East, and in the Middle East, sometimes biodiversity is not considered that relevant, but actually many people don't know that in these areas, in the coast, actually, mangroves can grow. So when they realize that this exists, this actually habitats many species because it provides food and shelter to them. So although we can find mangroves in these areas, what it's really hard for them is to grow naturally and create this ecosystem of mangroves. The reason why is that we are in very harsh climates where we have a lot of erosion. And for a mangrove seed to germinate in this area, it has very little probability. That's why we need to push nature. We need to implement restoration projects so we can plant seeds around the area and we can have an impact on biodiversity. And in the UAE, for example, they're introducing an innovative new technology, which is very interesting because it uses drones to plant mangrove seeds. And when you do that, you have many benefits in terms of efficiency, but also advantages to the environment. Because with the drones, you can cover large areas in a very short time, but also you are less disruptive to the environment because you don't step on the ground where mangroves are, which is very delicate. And also with drones, what we can do is we can monitor the growth of these mangroves. We can really measure the impact that we're having in the areas, because with drones, we can capture orthomosaic maps where we see the health of the mangroves, we see the growth, and then we can see the impact, how many mangroves are growing in the area. That's why it's important to establish these methodologies, because mangroves actually take a lot of time to grow. They take about 10 years, but when they grow, they provide many benefits, because they provide more biodiversity, they get better coastal protection, and they also have great carbon capture, as Jane was saying. So also having these projects and having staff seeing it, it creates an impact to them, because they get this sense of responsibility towards environmental conservation. That's why it's very important to engage in biodiversity.
Thank you, Marina. She's really good. And let's see. This is an application of technology for sustainability, and this is a very bold thing that we would like to do in the future. And you were saying it is also something used for coastal protection, so for climate adaptation. Exactly. Within our climate strategy, we both care of climate mitigation, but also of climate adaptation, of course, and it will be even more and more in the future. Maurizio, this is a piece of our strategy on biodiversity, isn't it?
Yes, correct, Ilaria. The restoration project, the nature-based projects are one of the important piece of our strategy on biodiversity. But in our company, the biodiversity strategy starts from mapping. The first activity that we do is to try to understand where we are in our projects, in our sites, close to protected areas. So we have a tool that allows us to understand if our projects are nearby protected areas. And when we see that one project is nearby protected area, first of all, we do the mitigation measures. Mitigation measures are, the first one is just making awareness and training to the people that are working on that particular project in that particular sites that we are close to a protected area. So we are making awareness session, training session to let know all the people that there is this particular scenario, and then we realize a risk assessment in order that we can proceed with our activity with mitigation measure, in the meantime preserving the habitat of the protected areas. An example is the pipeline that we are building for Elengasha project, which is within a protected area of some birds that are called hubara. We have done a risk assessment, we have done all the mitigation measures in order to do all our activity in the construction of this pipeline without affecting, and preserving in a proper way the habitat of these kind of birds. Then there is the restoration. The restoration is the third pillar of our biodiversity strategy. And we study in detail, as said by Marina, which kind of nature-based project we can do in the areas in which we have our sites and our projects. And we are in the future, we would like to realize several nature-based projects in all the projects that we are. Mangroves is one example, but then we have other examples in all the projects in which we are working.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Marina, you can take your seat, and please, I would like to thank Marina for all the work that she's doing. Maurizio, you stay with me, because now we talk about water. We have, let's say, the first news of the day. And I would like to have here also Emanuele Gilardi. Where is Emanuele? Ecco, Emanuele. Thank you, Emanuele. So, please sit here next to Maurizio. Okay, I think we can sit down a little bit, and then we will stand up. I would like to know and ask you, Maurizio, to explain why water is so important for us.
The importance of water has been stressed in the recent year by the context in which we are living and working, by the market, by the regulatory framework, and has pushed us to make a change of paradigm, to start to consider water not more as an utility, but as a resource that we have to protect and to preserve. In order to cope with this change of paradigm, we established last year a water task force. which now it is spread in several working groups, which is developing ideas and solutions in order to have a more sustainable water management, improving the water saving and water recycling in our offices, in our sites, and also to propose ideas for our clients during the detailed design and also during the development of our NESCAM technologies. But this change of paradigm starts from a question, and I ask the help of Emanuele to reply to this question. It is really water and unlimited resources on our planet.
Thank you, Maurizio. Just let's start on what is obvious to every one of us, because we know that in our planet, over than 70% of the surface is water. But out of the 70%, we know as well that 97% of this water is in the ocean and in the sea, and is salty. So the remaining 3% that is more accessible for us, the half is locked in the polar ice cap. So means only 1% is available for our needs, in terms of human and in terms of company needs. Moreover, as you can see in the slide, our project, where are? Now are mostly based in the north of Africa and in the Middle East. And these are areas that are under high water stress. So is the dark red that we can see. And this is putting also pressure to what we are doing together with the local communities, and also the energy that in this location we need to have water with quality and characteristics that we need. In this regards, it is more important to stress the importance of the water as resources. And what we are doing with the support of the Water Task Force in our construction site, it's first, as we are doing in all the other areas of sustainability, is to work on the efficiency of our system at construction site. That could be during construction phase or related to our temporary construction facilities. First, as already done, and how we are doing everywhere, is measure. So we need to measure the quantity of the water that we are using. Then to attack efficiency and efficacy of our methods to preserve water, to reuse water, to reduce the quantity, but as well to find other sources of water that are not the common one used generally by us, so the public network. And this is done, is started with a task force support to define what is the most efficacious measure that we can implement and standardize these activities in all our construction sites.
Huge work, but we now are at the point where we have to announce our first Water Task Force Award. And Maurizio, please, if you can tell which is the scope of this award and the 2025 winner.
The scope of this Water Task Force Award is to highlight and recognize a solution that has been taken on a project, that on a site in this case, that, as Emanuele said, is a simple solution that allows us to use a part of water that normally is not used, which is in this case the salty water of Arabian Gulf, and realizing a reverse osmosis plant in order to desalinate the water and use the water for our construction activities instead of the public network. This solution has been realized by the Borouge 4 project, and in representation of the project, I call on the stage Mr. Lucian Matei, the construction HSE manager of Borouge 4 project.
But I think that we can also open the connection with the site, right? Maybe we have them. Let's see. In the meanwhile,
Yes,
Lucian.
hi.
Okay, they are here.
Hi, good afternoon from Ruiz site, Borouge 4.
Okay, we don't see you. Only audio? Okay, it is only
No, it's
oh,
video.
we see you. Hi. Hi, we have
Hi, good
here
afternoon.
Mauro Pancieri, Borouge 4 Project Director, and Alberto Merella, Borouge 4 Site Director, while Lucian Mattei is Borouge 4 Site HSE Manager. So, very happy to see you. Now I think that we can leave a few words to Lucian to explain also this project, because we are very curious. Then we will ask also Mauro and Alberto if they want to add something, and then the award.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm very proud to receive this prize, this award, on behalf of Borouge for team. What I can say that from the very beginning, the Borouge for leadership, it's a mega project, as everybody is aware, understood the challenges that are posed to for construction and operating in a water-stressed region, where the resources of water are very limited.
The project is in the Emirates, because not
Exactly.
everybody
in
knows.
the UAE, Emirates.
Yeah.
We saw before in the map, it's one of the red areas. So therefore, among many other initiatives, it was found this solution to treat the wastewater and the saline water in order to be used for the construction activities, batching plant operations, hydro test activities that are consuming a lot of water, and even for the dust suppression, because it's a very, very dusty area. Now, my colleagues already explained about the reverse osmosis plant. That is a process, a chemical process that reduces 99% the salinity of the water through different chemical processes.
But I think
What
we
I would
have
like
also
to-
some numbers, some
Yes,
figures to show.
exactly,
Yeah.
because the numbers will say everything. So there are multiple benefits, you know, environment, cost, planet, and everything. But I can give you two numbers. One, every year we are reusing 330 million liters of water, so from the reused water. That means the equivalent of 130 Olympic swimming pools, just to understand. This is reducing a lot the pressure on the local network, water network that is already, it's very hard. Second, we are bringing the water normally from the local providers with water tankers with capacity of 30 cubic meter. Normally a trip up and down of a water tanker is taking 120 kilometers. Multiplying the number of trips that we are doing, it results that we have saved 1,260,000 kilometers. This is giving us some other numbers. First of all, 250 cubic meter of diesel that we didn't use, and also we have saved the equivalent of 800 tons of CO2 equivalent scope 1 and scope 2. So this is the way that we are thinking to make the things differently, and
Absolutely.
we want to expand.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And it is very important to understand that once we have one result on one pillar, water for example, we also have other results, positive results on other ones, like in this case on CO2. Mauro, Alberto, would you like to add something on this project?
Yeah. Thank you for the award. Thank you for involving us in this event. It's really appreciated to be called off from our daily duties and have the opportunity to think about the impact on the environment of our decisions. I was not here at the beginning of the startup of the site, but Alberto, you were here.
So yes, I was involved in the preparation of the project. Months number 7 was June, July 2022, and one of the first concerns was exactly to maintain this and to implement this sustainability. And I would like to say, in addition to what Lucian has demonstrated, that, and that's the message also for the project management, that this project did not cost us $1 single, because it was imposed to the subcontractors through a mechanism on the subcontract and work requisition. And this is also a big added value on the achievement of this project. So 0 cost for Tecnimont and a good result. Thank you also from my side for the award.
I think it is quite appreciated, because we always say that sustainability needs to be also economically sustainable. So I think it will be appreciated. But now we have to give the award. So Maurizio, you can take it. This is our first award, but it is the first, and we will follow this activity year by year. So, a picture. Congratulations. And congratulations, he will bring it to Bruges 4. So congratulations to everybody.
Lucia.
So you can stay with us, because I have another question to Maurizio. Maurizio, this is the first step of a path, like we are used to make in our company, in our team. What's next?
The next is that starting from the example of Bruges 4 project, but starting also from the work of the Water Task Force, we have developed some ideas in the last year, as I told before, for all the kind of projects, is to launch the first edition after this pilot of the Water Task Force Award for 2026 with an official contest. The focus of the contest is to provide practical business case, starting from the ideas already generating, also stimulating new ideas. And the business case is related to water saving, to water recycling, to sustainable design of water management, and with a quantitative measurement of the impacts. The selection criteria is that the solution, the idea, the case study has to be approved by the client, but is applicable to every phase of executive project. So feasibility study, FEEDs, EPC, design and construction. And the deliverable that we would like to receive is a technical report with the advantages in numbers, as explained also by Lucian, the importance of numbers, so the advantage in terms of water saving and other environmental numbers, parameters connected, and also with the cost-benefit analysis, because as told also by Ilaria, the economical sustainability of the initiatives shall be also appreciated. So, gets creative, work on the project, starts from the idea generating, and provide us some practical examples within the deadline of next June 2026.
Okay, so we wait for a lot of applications. Thank you, Lucian, and have a good travel back. You can have your seat. Manuele, thank you. Thank you very much. Maurizio, stay again with me, because now we will talk about circularity. It is a very, very important theme, more and more important. It grew in the importance during the years. I call here Annalisa Cosenza, Group Environmental Sustainability Specialist, and Daniela Quintero Castro, Group Environmental Sustainability Junior Analyst. We have a number of very, very good and strong women in our team, and very proud of them. So, you are going to present a research that we have realized for the first time in 4 countries that are really strategic for us in terms of business. So, please.
Thank you, Ilaria, first of all, and good morning, everyone. Well, let's make a step back. last year at the Sustainability Day, we introduced MAIRE circularity framework that is based on 3 levels. The upstream level that involves the supply chain, the materials we buy, the level of our operations, our perimeter, and eventually the downstream level that includes MAIRE's portfolio of technologies that enable circularity for our clients. Today, as you said, we want to start from our operations and especially from waste management on our construction sites. This is a key starting point for us because 95% of MAIRE's waste are generated on our construction sites. And that's why we developed this circularity research together with Rumble to understand how we can improve waste management on our construction sites. And we made this analysis in 4 strategic countries for us that are the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Algeria, and Qatar, because it's where most of our construction sites currently are. And we also focused on 7 waste categories with the highest recycling potential. Right, Daniela?
Exactly, Annalisa. The 7 categories we selected are the ones displayed on the screen, which are plastics, paper and cardboard, glass, food and vegetables, wood, metals, and the waste from electrical and electronic equipment. So why did we choose these 7 categories in particular? It is because these are the most common categories to have already established recycling value chains in each of the countries. So we wanted to have a clear understanding on the recycling potential on each of these countries on these 7 categories. Nonetheless, in the future, we can include other categories that we see on our construction sites, which include inert waste, excavation material, and construction scraps. So one of the key insights we got from our research on the recycling potential is these maps we generated with the help of Rumble, which help us understand the context we are operating in. In this case, the local recycling infrastructure. We see that for each of the countries, we mapped our construction sites as well as the recycling plants of the waste streams we wanted to focus in. On the context of UAE, we are able to see that we are close by to recycling plants and also plants that are able to manage more than 1 waste stream. In other countries, we are further away from these recycling plants, and maybe they manage only 1 type of waste stream. This highlights limitations, but also opportunities in each of the contexts, and give us key insight in that understanding the context we are operating in help us improve and set measurable targets, which is a very important point. Right, Annalisa?
Absolutely. Measuring our performance is essential for continuous improvement. In 2024, our average recycling rate in the 4 countries and for the 7 waste streams was about 39%. This year, we aim to do even better and to achieve at least 10% more. Moreover, with our research, we understood that it's also important to set tailored recycling targets for each country based on the different contexts that, as we saw, can be quite different. And that's why, as part of our research, we developed an algorithm that starts from our current performance, from our current recycling rates, and then takes into account the regulatory framework and the national targets of each country that sets the potential recyclability that we can actually have, and then also includes the local recycling infrastructure, their availability, and also other factors like the distance among this infrastructure and our construction sites.
This way, it takes into consideration the challenges and the opportunities into the countries we operate in.
Exactly, and it can drive our decision-making process.
Thank you very much. I love this research, and I love this research, and I think that this kind of information can be useful also for the countries themselves. And we would like to present these informations also in the countries together with our portfolio of technologies for circularity, because we are enablers of circularity. So we can provide intelligence, information, and also technologies for the development of recycling schemes in those countries. But there is even more, and we have the second news of the day. Maurizio.
Yes, thank you, Ilaria. The second news of the day is the establishment, starting from end of this year, but the work will be developed of next year, of the Circularity by Design Task Force. Because we would like also to find a new way of making design, improving the circularity during our engineering. The scope of this task force is to understand how we can use recycled material in our design, so to analyze the material that we use, to map in the practice in which we are designing in the value chain of the material, to identify opportunities to reduce the virgin use of the material and to increase the recycled design, and to develop a register of ideas, solution, and business case. We don't start from a blank sheet. We start from a report that has been already provided by Technimont Civil Department with the support of 2 students in summer internship in this summer, that is making a study on a regulatory framework on the current practice and on the possible improvements on the on the circular use on the value chain of steel and concrete. And from another report that has been developed by the building department of Technimont, which is studying the possibility of using recycled material during the design of our building. Starting from this preliminary report, we would like to enlarge the use of the recyclability during our engineering team, and we will create a task force with all the sister company of INC business line, with the cluster of plant design, electrical instrumentation, mechanical design, and environmental sustainability of Technimont and KT, and also with the support of plant design team of TCM Service Revamping Engineering. And in the coordination of the activity, the group environmental sustainability team will be supported by a sustainable PM, 1 of 2 sustainable PM, which are 1 of 2 young colleagues who have achieved the IPMA certification in sustainable project management during their activity of MAIRE. So we are trying to combine all the capabilities, technical capabilities of INC business line in order to provide some solution to improve the circularity in our way of designing and building the projects.
Thank you very much, Maurizio. For the people who don't know exactly how we are organized inside our company, you can, in any case, understand that we are working, really trying to involve all the departments, all the companies, the operation companies, and the people working in the companies at several levels. So they are multidisciplinary efforts that we are trying to do, but I think they are giving their results day by day. And thank you also to Max Panaro, I don't know where he is, because this idea of involving the sustainable project manager is very, very nice. So thank you very much. You can take your seat. We are going very quick because this is our rhythm. It is the rhythm that we want to keep also in our daily work. But now there is the news of the news. So I would like to invite on the stage Fabio Fritelli, Managing Director of NESCAM, Giancarlo Reschigna Venturini, Group Sustainability Reporting, Performance and Disclosure Head of Department, and Molina Pilar, Group Supply Chain Transformation Head of Department. Thank you. Okay, now we are talking about a news. Yes, we can see it. Maybe it is better. A news that is a news, because today we are going to emit. I hope we have already emitted a press release that is announcing what? Fabio, it's up to you.
The new financing sustainability framework, which is something that is tying the activity that NextChem does to the financing community. So everything we will do from now on to raise money for us to be able to grow new technologies and develop new ideas will be tied to the respect of certain ratios and criteria in what we do. Giancarlo later on will give you the details, but what we are trying to do is to invite our suppliers, which make most of the emissions we do as a group, to abide by a trend of carbon capture reduction in their own activities. And probably even more than this, we are measuring, and we will be measuring going forward, the impact of the technologies we sell to our clients in terms of carbon reduction, which is probably the most relevant thing we can do. There are a lot of industries that can reduce their own emissions. We have seen some of these industries, and they can do it by themselves. We have a further duty, because we are enabler of new ways to reduce the emissions of other industries. So we are probably even more responsible on all what I've heard to date. We have a double duty: reduce our own and help the others reduce theirs, which is not something common. Very few companies in the world have this opportunity. So we have a double responsibility in this respect. And the sustainability financing framework helps us reminding this duty. So, back to you.
Thank you very much, Fabio. It's really true. And let's go to explain to Giancarlo to explain what are exactly these targets, these KPIs, and also how they are based on which methodology.
Thank you, Ilaria. First of all, this new framework for us is a milestone because it's aligned with the Science-Based Target Initiative, which is a global standard which set guideline in order to reduce emission in line with latest climate science in order to limit the global warming well below 2 degrees above industrial levels. And this is a global goal set in 2015 by the Paris Agreement. So it's very important for us to align with the best standard worldwide. Moreover, with this framework, we can align, as Fabio said, our financial instruments with our climate goal, with our sustainability strategy. In particular, adopting 2 KPIs. The first KPI that we identified is involving the supplier. This is because roughly 97% of our emission comes from purchase of goods and services, scope 3 emission, basically. So involving supplier is crucial to limit our emission. And we selected a new KPI, which is called supplier engagement, which means a cooperative approach with supplier. And we take a very ambitious target, which is by 2028, achieving more than 30% of suppliers in terms of emission with the science-based target. In order to achieve this challenging goal, we needed to work with supplier, and later my colleague Pilar will explain you how we intend to achieve this goal. The second target is, as Fabio said, avoided emission. Technically speaking, avoided emission means emission saved by our clients thanks to our technology. So with the TechneSchem, we can have a direct positive impact towards the environment, saving emission in the operation of our clients. And we set a very ambitious target, which is by 2028, generate more than 4.4 million CO2 tons avoided by our clients. Those 2 targets are based on a very robust methodology with the life cycle assessment, with the review by third party. For us, it's very important, governance and accountability. For this reason, we will measure our progress on an annual basis to our sustainability report, which is subject to external assurance. And in conclusion, we say that sustainability is like a journey. In this case, it's not a 100-meter race, it's more like a marathon where we set long-term targets and we stick with them. And with this framework, TechneSchem is leading the way, so it's driving a positive impact, is creating, we want to create accountability and innovation for our clients. And thank you, Ilaria. And
thank you, Giancarlo. So as you see, to reach these targets, we have on one side to realize more and more industrial projects with our technologies to be effective, of course, and on the other side work together with the suppliers, with the vendors, to help them and to help them to help us. And some of them are here today, so I think you can say something very strong, Pilar.
Thank you, Ilaria. Good morning. So today I would like to highlight the paramount importance of our supply chain in our climate strategy. As Giancarlo was anticipating, 97% more or less of our emissions are the Scope 3 emissions, and those are related to the purchased goods and services for our business. So what we do, we measure each year each supply contribution on GHG emissions, greenhouse emissions, on our Scope 3. Our supplier engagement strategy is comprehensive. As we know, and also Fabio Fritelli was mentioning, we already provide decarbonization services and energy efficiency services. We activated one-to-one sessions and working groups in order to understand and cooperate together on our climate journey. But not only, we are also launching in the incoming weeks a multidisciplinary supplier decarbonization task force in order to share initiatives together and capacity building to measure GHG emissions and to introduce the SBT targets within our supply chain. The SBT targets are measured digitally thanks to our supplier vendor management platform that provides also an ESG screening for our suppliers that provides as well the positioning of the ESG in their own industry. Together, we can make this journey with a real impact in this journey. Our target, we know, is ambitious, and we recognize the challenges of fragmentation, different levels of starting, and all these different fragmentation that we have, but together with our suppliers and with our partners and with our teams, we can make our climate business a real strategy that provides long-lasting results in our business. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pilar. So, we have a lot of work to do together. Please, you can take your seat. And we are closing the part related to environment, and we will approach the section related to the social aspects of sustainability. So I would like to start with the theme that is our people, and call on the stage Pietro Riccardo Bonomo, Group of Development and Compensation Specialist, and Stefano Margozzi, Health and Safety Environment Head of Department. Thank you. What a nice T-shirt that you have. Okay, so as you imagine, Riccardo will talk about the MAIRE Youth Camp. Please.
Yes. Thank you, Ilaria, for this great opportunity, and good morning to everyone. Yes, I'm speaking about this important project, a project that starts from two important items that are vision and perspective. When we spoke about vision and perspective, it means that we are always speaking also about the future. And related to people, future means experience, so the experience of our managers that guide us through the challenge of the futures. But of course, we are speaking about the young generation, especially the new joiners, so the young professionals that are starting their working path with us within MAIRE. Without them, there is no vision, there is no perspective. And so I think we have a responsibility towards them, the responsibility to make them feel passionate about our vision, the MAIRE's vision. And so we created the MAIRE Youth Camp. MAIRE Youth Camp is a new development program completely dedicated to all the new joiners of the group. Now this program is live for Italy and for India. And the aim of this project is not only to train them, but the real aim is to embrace them into our vision, to make them feel proud to be part of the company, to make them feel part of the company from the very beginning. And so we have imagined and created a journey, a dedicated journey composed by some important pillars and checkpoints, so a lot of activities, very important, created to give to them meanings and values, give meanings and values to their path with us. What you are seeing now, I'm sharing with you now it's our model. It's a pilot program dedicated to Italy now, only to Italy, but with a big purpose to make it more and more global towards our companies and the other companies of the group, of course, based on the needs and the peculiarities of the companies of the group. Here you can find some of our checkpoints that are very important. A new generated group onboarding, a dedicated linked learning packages studied for the young generation, a soft skills and project management training managed in collaboration with top-ranked business schools in the market. Now in Italy, we are working with the Graduate School of Management of Polytechnic of Milan, that is one of the best business schools in the world. Inspirational speeches managed by our top management with the aim to inspire them, to inspire the new generation. And then job rotations, an unique opportunity to all of the Italian apprentices now to change their mind, test themselves in another position, in another department, in another role, in order to enrich their professionalities and enrich MAIRE itself. And the same for the site and international company visit, to give them the opportunity to brief for real our international and global soul. And finally, economics and finance training to give to all of them all the bases required to understand at the best the group, the business, and the numbers related to our business. So these are the checkpoints, but we are always working on innovative solutions. For example, now we are studying also the creation of some important figures, buddy figures, that like mentors, they will have to take care of our new joiners from the very beginning. Speaking about some numbers about this great project, now for the Italian apprentices, we have more than 130 apprentices already involved in the project. Job rotations, site and international company experience are already in the process. Regarding instead the Indian MAIRE camp, we have more than 240 trainees involved. So a huge name, huge numbers, and counting because, as I told you before, this project is going to grow more and more, also because we wanted to make it more global. So stay tuned for the next chapters of this inspiring journey, always enjoying our way, and welcome to my youth camp. Thank you.
Thank you, Riccardo. But we take care of our people not only with training, but also with wellness. Stefano, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ilaria. So, over the past month, we worked to strengthen our culture of health and prevention. And we started in July 2025, and we launched our Safe Think and Care brand. And together we launched the MAIRE Health Awareness Day program. And on September 29, we attended the World Earth Day with cardiologists and professors. And it was so important appointment to share information, raise awareness, and of course to underline the importance of a healthy lifestyle and the importance of prevention. The next appointment, and save the date, will be on November 18 with the World Diabetes Day.
November 18, save the date.
So we have to save the date. And that's just the beginning, because of course on 2026 we will go ahead with this program, and another day to save. The first appointment will be on February 4th with the World Cancer Day.
Okay. February 4th.
Yes, really, really important. Okay. But just to answer to your question, let me talk about the MAIRE Fit to Work program. It's something that in MAIRE we implemented since a long time. But just to give some numbers that we can see on the screen, in the first 9 months of the 2025, we performed more than 20,000 medical assessments, that including medical checkup, instrumental tests, and lab tests across all companies and all profiles. And why? We put the people in the center, because with this program, we can ensure that all MAIRE employees are medically fit to perform their duties in a healthy way.
Very impressive. Very impressive numbers.
Yeah, impressive number.
We didn't know internally. So when I knew, oh my God, these are the numbers, we have to give them, absolutely. So thank you very much, Stefano. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Riccardo, you can take your seat. So from our people to the people of our supply chain, I would like to call Stefania Taraschi, Highland Gasha Project Director of Tecnimont, to take the stage. Stefania is the director of our main project nowadays worldwide. So she's a very strong woman. I take my hat off. And this project, which is in the UAE, is very big, but it was conceived since the beginning with a strong attention to sustainability, both from a, let's say, carbon reduction point of view and sustainability in general, also social sustainability. So you can say something about this.
Yes, because sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Open? Yes, okay. Highland Gasha is a huge project, as you said, but today we speak something that is, the core of the project, that is the people. So the importance of the people inside the project in general for us is a key point, because the project is done by the people who works for. So starting from the health aspect of the medical screening, we have started an activities. I don't know if we can see the numbers. Looking at end of September, we were around 15,000 inside. So we are looking now to the side, a small city, and we will grow more and more during the months. We will arrive at a peak of more than 25,000. So it's clear that the attention of the people cannot be only a question of general care, but we need to go in detail with this. And the first step is the screening of their medical point, from medical point of view, means that from these people was analyzed their health configuration and health data, and was done an additional screening and analysis along the months and the day for all the people that has a specific disease, like liver disease or cardiac problem, hypertension. I mean, all the points that health put us in a, can be a problem for a person working at site in the condition that we know are used in our site, that can be very strong and stressed everywhere. But
of course, we can explain why, because the temperature is very high.
Yes, of course, we are in UAE, so okay. But of course, there is precaution a part of that, but the additional attention to those people who has a particular issue with the medical, from medical point of view, is an additional way to take care of the people itself that works for the project. But I would like to add that the attention to the wellness of the people is not only from a medical screening point of view, is also for a psychophysical well-being. I mean, it's important that people feel at home in some way. This project is very long, very, impacting the people, or the life of the people. So it's important that people can afford their works in a proper way, also from the well-being psychophysical point of view. I mean, not only. And this is the reason why, for the first time in a project, we appoint between our employees the psychologist that take care of this aspect in the
and
camp.
we can see the video, because we have a video of Sudha Shripada, Highland Gasha Project Welfare Coordinator. So we can launch this video.
At MAIRE, we believe success is not just about numbers, but how we achieve those numbers. As we celebrate Group Sustainability Day, we spotlight a vital and often overlooked dimension of social sustainability, which is the psychosocial well-being of construction workers. The challenge, a global human crisis. This is not just a health issue. It is a human rights issue, which aligns with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, especially Sustainable Goal number 3 and Sustainable Goal number 8. The goal number 3 talks about good health and talks about healthy lives and promoting well-being for all. Sustainable Goal 8 talks about decent work and economic growth that promotes a safe, inclusive, and supportive work environment. Our response? A human-centered model at Hale & Garsha. We've launched a pioneering framework that integrates mental health into our safety and sustainability processes. A well-being survey to understand real needs and tailored implementations, an employee happiness program to foster joy, connection, and purpose, stress resilience workshops to help identify and respond to early signs of burnout, mental health first aid coaching to empower peer-to-peer responders, and one-on-one coaching for emotional support and personal resilience. Ongoing engagement sessions to build trust and psychological safety as well. These initiatives have led to improved morale, reduced absenteeism, stronger team collaboration, and enhanced productivity and retention. The vision? Scaling this model globally. This model is not just a local success. It's a stepping stone for global transformation. By embedding mental health into our operational DNA, we are redefining what it means to be a sustainable company, always having in mind that people are at our center. The legacy we build. When we care for people, we don't just build industrial plants. We build futures. We build dignity. We build hope. Let MAIRE be known for not just engineering excellence, but for pioneering a future where human sustainability is the foundation of every project. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudha. I know that you are listening to us from the site, so thank you very much for your words. I'm really emotioned for these words. So, Stefania, I think that Hale & Garsha is a laboratory. We are trying to do something that we have never done before, right?
Yes, correct. And as Sudha said, this is a way to approach the project in a different way, but that helped the project to grow and go ahead. I guess that projects that are even bigger and also challenging for MAIRE, for the group, we need to think in a different way also for the people, to take care of the people in a more global way.
Not only our people, but also the people of our subcontractors.
But we are speaking here mainly of the people of subcontractors with these numbers, of course. We have several subcontractors on site. The plant is huge. The number of people, as we said, is really impressive. It means that we have to take care of all the aspects, not only the one that are the immediate that we think, I mean, the health of the people, that is important. But also to stay there for a long period and work with us for a long period is important, that the people feels well in all the way possible.
Thank you very much, Stefania. And good work, and all the help that you can give, we can give to you. We are available. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so from the people of our supply chain to the people of the communities, I would like to call on the stage Valentina Greco, the second column of my team, Group Social Sustainability Manager, and Brijesh Shah, Legal and Corporate Affairs Head of Department of Tecnimont Private Limited. The title of this section is very beautiful, The Joy of Giving. Please, can you explain what it is? We can sit down maybe?
Okay, yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ilaria, and good morning. I will answer to your question with some specific initiative, just an example, but let me set the frame around the concept of joy of giving. We, as a sustainability department, we have an approach in sustainability. And when it comes to social sustainability, we believe that it should be inclusive, human-centered, but also locally relevant. As a group, MAIRE Group, we deliver long-term value in 50 countries. And we have the opportunity not only to deliver business value, but also to deliver social value for the communities. And when it comes to extend the positive impacts on the communities, we have a really powerful leverage that are our employees. We are 10,000 people worldwide. That means there is a lot of people. So it's not powerful not only because of the number, because we are many, but also because employees live within the communities. So they are part of the society of the countries we work in. They are part of the social fabric of these countries. Today we are gonna show you some examples with which we engaged people in some cases for the benefit of the community they are in, and with the very small actions that had positive impacts for the community. So let's start from Saudi Arabia, where since 2 years ago, we started a giving campaign. Basically, we arranged with a local NGO called Kiswa, called Clothes and Basic Goods Collection campaign, both at site level, at APOC and Amiral site, but also in the offices of Al-Khobar. This initiative was led by the people there with a lot of enthusiasm and positive participation that result in the numbers and the figures that we see here in the slideshow. That means that people, when engaged, when feel a cause, when feel a scope, participate with all their possibilities. There are a lot of interesting data here, also the environmental impacts of this initiative. But in any way, we understand that there was space to engage more and more people there. So we decided to expand a little bit the thinking, also proposing them a blood donation campaign. We delivered several cycles of this campaign. We started initially with the people from the Al-Khobar offices the first year, and then the second year we decided also to expand the participation to the students of some training centers we work with in the area. Again, the participation was really wide, was really sincere, and we also collected some numbers about the participation. So we engaged Tecnimont offices and these partner training academies. The participation was wide, but also the impacts, not only internally for our people, but also for the students, because we raise awareness about a topic that is blood donation that can save life, basically, for the community. So it's really, really relevant. And also spreading the good practice and approach, a sustainable approach that we have in a very wide way, with a wide perspective. These blood donations, all in all, apart from the numbers, from the results, and also the giving campaigns, put a light on the participation of our people, that sense of solidarity, the sense of care, the sense of sharing, talking about sense of sharing, that put also some kind of pride in participating in something bigger for the benefit of the community, for the benefit of the other. So basically, I think that is the core of the concept of joy of giving, the sense of feeling energized by contributing to a wider cause for the society. But this also showcases what we always said, that sustainability is a teamwork. So it's a really practical way to understand this concept. Because when we act together for a scope, for a precise objective, we can deliver value, we can deliver impacts. So I thank here also all the colleagues that participated in these campaigns. But the engagement and the participation doesn't end in Saudi, for sure. We aim to engage more and more people in our organization. We are a lot of people, as I said, and in other regions as well, like, for example, India, where during time, colleagues spend a lot of effort and are doing a great job for their communities. Isn't it, Brijesh?
Yes, indeed, Valentina. Thank you, everyone. Good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here with all of you today to talk about something that goes beyond our business operations, financial numbers, something that touches the heart of who we are as an individual and as an organization, the joy of giving. We often think of giving in terms of charity and donation, but giving can be much more than that. It can be about giving your time, your energy, your ideas, and most importantly, your commitment to making a difference. And when we connect this spirit of giving with sustainability, we create something truly powerful. At the heart of our sustainability efforts is a simple belief. Every action, small action that counts, whether it's about reducing waste, conserving energy, volunteering for a cause, or supporting local communities in need. But what makes these efforts truly impactful is through the active participation and involvement of all your employees. With over 3,000 colleagues based in India, TCMPL represents the largest employee group globally within the organization. When our employees are engaged, when they feel the sense of ownership, when they see the impact of their action, that's where the real changes happen. Let me share a few examples of how our employees have brought this spirit to life. Our colleagues in India has mentored university students, giving their time and energy and sharing their professional experience and insight. These mentoring sessions has helped bridge the gap between the academic learning and the real-world application, and also empowering our university students to make informed career choices. These initiatives fostered a culture of community engagement, knowledge sharing, and also reinforcing our commitment to our social sustainability. Recently, we conducted this felicitation ceremony at our MAIRE Open Day, where we have invited all our university students and also the mentors and the teachers to celebrate these occasions. These are some of the images that you can see where we have distributed also the certificate of appreciation to all our students who have benefited from this particular program. And I thank you to all my colleagues in India for giving their time and energy on this. Collection Drive, our team have recently organized the Joy of Giving sessions for collecting clothes, stationery as essential supplies. Our employees have generously donated their pre-loved goods, thereby contributing to a circular economy and supporting the local communities in need. This small act of kindness not only reduced waste, but also brought joy and dignity to the recipient, and also showcasing how small action can lead to a meaningful changes. Again, thanks to all our employees who has generously donated their pre-loved goods in India during this Joy of Giving occasion, and specifically during our Diwali festival. We are also, as a part of our continued commitment towards the social sustainability, we will also now be organizing a blood donation campaign in the last week of November and also beginning of December across all our offices in Mumbai. And we have already witnessed a strong enthusiasm from all our employees to voluntarily participate and donate blood in these initiatives. These initiatives continues to reflect our values of solidarity and the civic responsibility, and also offering all our employees opportunity to contribute and to participate in this life-saving cause. These are just the few examples, but this shows how powerful and impactful an employee-led initiative can be. This initiative further exemplifies MAIRE's motto of rising together with simplicity and inspiring others through meaningful action. And what does this mean for an organization? It means higher employee morale, better teamwork, and stronger sense of belongings. It also means we attract people who care, people who want to work for a company that stands up for something more. It also means we build trust with our customers, our partners, and the community that we serve. So we will continue to keep this spirit alive. We will continue to find new ways to give, to engage, and to grow together. Because when we give with joy, we create a workplace that's not only successful, but also meaningful. Thank you. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you very much, Brijesh, Valentina. And we have to say that we do this in a very multicultural environment, because we have 85 nationalities represented in our company. And all these nationalities live the joy of giving, maybe in a different way, but with the same purpose. So it's very beautiful, really. Thank you very much. So now I would like to call two women who help to make concrete these themes, these values into business behavior. Simona Dolce, Group Corporate Affairs, Governance, Ethics and Compliance Vice President. Thank you, Simona. And Francesca Familiari, Head of Group Compliance, Ethics, Diversity and Inclusion. And we have another news of the day. It is not really new, because it's very recent, not really new, but it is very important that we explain this to our audience for the first time, I would say. So I leave you the stage, please.
Thank you, Ilaria. Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. I'm very pleased to share the stage today with Francesca Familiari. As Ilaria mentioned, Francesca is MAIRE, Head of Group Compliance, Ethics, Diversity and Inclusion. So Francesca leads all our D&I efforts all around the MAIRE group and also outside. But you know that innovation is in MAIRE DNA. And we decided to approach diversity, equity, and inclusion with the same innovative approach. That means that diversity, equity, and inclusion is embedded in group corporate affairs, governance, ethics, and compliance. Why? Because we believe that when we speak about ethics, when we speak about diversity, equity, and inclusion, we speak about ethical value and guiding principle. So diversity, equity, inclusion stand side by side with ethics. And we are committed in protecting diversity, equity, inclusion, in promoting diversity, equity, inclusion with our leadership, that means our MAIRE board of directors, all our people and all our stakeholders. With this innovative approach, diversity is not just important. Diversity is a strength. And equity is how we value this strength. And inclusion is the key to unlock all this potentiality. So today, we are here together for announcing a very important achievement for the MAIRE Group, that is the Gender Equality Certification. And as Francesca will speak as shortly, when we speak about this certification, we do not speak only about numbers or compliance. We speak about the choices we have made, the culture we have built, and the determination by which we want that diversity, equity, inclusion is a living process in our every working day. And so diversity is a strength. Diversity is also a strategic asset. You know that MAIRE Board of Directors has approved a D&I plan that is incorporated in the sustainability plan that in turn is strictly linked with the 10-year industrial plan. So we can say that diversity is a strength, is a strategic asset, but it's also a competitive edge that can enhance our reputation and strengthen our position as a value-driven company. So Francesca, now let's go inside this certification. First of all, I want to thank you, Francesca, for all your effort and passion in taking care of D&I in the MAIRE Group. But I would like to ask you, as a key coordinator, leaders, and coordinating all the working group for achieving this certification, what is this certification and what does it represent for the MAIRE Group? Thank you.
Thank you, Simona, and good morning to everyone. It is a real pleasure to me to share this important goal for MAIRE. What is this certification? It is an Italian guideline that establishes a gender equality management system inside companies. It is a framework based on qualitative and quantitative key indicators structured around 6 strategic areas: recruiting, development, compensation, compliance, work-life balance, and parenthood and caregiving. It is not only a compliance exercise, as you said before. This certification at its core has the promotion of inclusion, equity, and a cultural transformation within the company. So what does it represent to MAIRE? As you can see on the screen, there are some key indicators that represent that for MAIRE, this certification is not only a label, a recognition, but is a confirmation of its diversity and inclusion strategy, where people, merit, and equity are the priorities. The results show that we have most relevant results this year because we have 59% of women in our workforce. 41% of executives' roles are held by women, and 44% of women in our board of directors, of MAIRE. But we have also a strong qualitative indicators because we can count on a strong D&I governance and strong committed leadership. We can count on clear policies and an ongoing training and communication activities that embed the values of D&I in our daily work. These results pertain to MAIRE, but I'm happy to say today that this achievement was also for other 4 companies in our organization, NextChem, Tecnimont Services, SEMA, and TruckTech. This means that our commitment is not isolated, it's systemic, and it is shared across all organizations. We are also aware that this is the beginning of this new transformative journey. This certification has to be maintained. So every year we have to monitor these indicators and we have to continue to improve them. So this certification is a living process and not one-time achievement.
Thank you, Francesca. And which are the benefits of this certification? I guess the impact goes beyond the reputation.
Yes, you are right. You have already said that D&I is a strategic asset, and also this certification is a strategic asset to us. You have already mentioned some benefits of this certification. Fiscal benefit, access to public funds, competitive age, and stronger market position. But the values of this certification goes beyond the financial, since it creates trust with all stakeholders, increases loyalty, and strengthens our reputation through consistency and transparency, and not just image. Internally, this certification has been a catalyst for progress to us because it enables us to identify new areas of improvement and to define a clear roadmap for the future. Ultimately, this certification is about our people. It enables us to create a more inclusive and equitable workplace. It drives for a higher engagement and a stronger sense of belonging. So the benefits of this certification are multiple. They are not only reputational, but also strategic, operational, cultural, and relational.
Thank you. And the last question. What made it possible to reach this achievement? I mean, which were the key success factors?
Okay, the key success to me for that allow us to reach this achievement is teamwork. As Ilaria said, sustainability is a teamwork, and also in this case, we approached to this project with a big team. I want to thank all the colleagues that have worked to this project, colleagues from HR department, development and compensation, system quality, organization, vendor management, sustainability, communication, health and safety, and governance and compliance. Each functions brought competencies, new ideas, and perspectives. So what made the difference? For me, it was the diversity of the ideas and perspectives and the way we worked. We worked with determination, passion, collaboration, cohesion. So I think that this is the success of this project and this new transformative journey, since I feel that each of us want to be part of this new journey and want to do their part to transforming D&I from an aspiration to reality.
Thank you, Francesca, for having guided us in this interesting journey. We have learned that D&I is a collective effort, different competencies, different teams. We have learned that the support of the leadership of the MAIRE Board of Directors is fundamental. And the story is not finished. We have to maintain, and we have to keep on working for maintaining, we all, this certification and the highest standard in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Training will play a central role, so we inform you that we are going to launch a training on anti-harassment. And so we will go ahead with passion and determination. I thank you, Francesca, and thank you all. And we will keep you updated on all the new steps that we will put in place on diversity, equity, inclusion in 2026. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Perfect. 10 minutes, perfect. Really. So now we have a very important theme, sustainability and finance, because everything you have heard, everything we have said has a strong sense if it makes concrete in terms of our relationship with the financial market. It does work. It does work, and I would like to invite our group CFO, Mariano Avanzi, to come on the stage. Hi, Mariano, and thank you for being with us today. So, is sustainability? No, we can connect after. A question: is sustainability a lever for the financial market?
The financial strategy of the MAIRE Group has long been aligned with our commitment of building a sustainable business. Today, approximately 70% of our medium to long funding sources are sustainable linked. And considering the initiative already underway, we expect to reach nearly 100% by mid-2026. This means that all available credit line will be priced accordingly with our ability to meet the target set in our sustainable financing framework. Beyond long-term financing supporting our corporate needs, we extended this behavior to our supply chain finance program, offering condition linked to each supplier's adherence to ESG objectives. This means that sustainability is not only a corporate goal, but a shared responsibility across the entire value chain. To complement our cash financing tool, for the El Engasha project, MAIRE negotiated the largest guarantee facility in its history, and for the first time in the market, it is sustainability linked. The structure allows us to optimize cost as we achieve the KPI factors in our sustainable financial framework. This milestone was made possible thanks to the collaboration of all the banks involved, with a leading role played by Emirates and BD, a major financial institution in United Arab Emirates. Our partnership with Emirates and BD is long-standing and spans all projects in the Gulf region. It is therefore my great pleasure to leave the floor to Alberto Pelizza, Group Finance Vice President at MAIRE, who is currently
in NBD offices together with Razvan Daniel Dumitrescu, ESG Director of the bank, joining us live from Dubai.
Thank you very much, Mariano. And I think that we have the connection, so we can see Alberto and Razvan. Hello. Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being with us.
Fine, thank you.
Maybe it's better if I stay here. So, Alberto, could you add something to Mariano's considerations on sustainability and finance, especially in relation, of course, with this activity that we have in the Emirates?
Yeah, hello to everybody and greetings from Dubai, first of all. I arrived yesterday to meet with some of our key banking partners in the Gulf region, and I'm currently hosted, as already said, by our long-standing friends of Emirates NBD, one of the MAIRE most strategic banking partners globally, not only here in the region. Emirates NBD, for who doesn't know them, has been recently recognized as the best bank in the Middle East for 2025, and in particular has been also awarded the title of Best Bank for ESG in the region. These accolades are the testament to their leadership and commitment to sustainable finance. Given this strong alignment with our targets, Emirates BD is a natural partner for MAIRE as we pursue sustainable goals together. We are working to structure financial instruments that not only support our business operation, but also demonstrate our commitment to ESG principles, as outlined in our sustainable financial frameworks just approved. This collaboration reflects our belief that sustainability must be embedded in every aspect of our financial strategy, from long-term funding to supply chain finance, and that it should be a shared responsibility across our entire ecosystem. I thank you for this opportunity, and I leave the floor to our friends to outline the basis of our collaboration on sustainability, and not only with the EMBD.
Thank you very much, Alberto. Really, I appreciate a lot. Razvan, you were part of our stakeholder engagement process. So we begin this Sustainability Day with one stakeholder and we end it with another stakeholder. Very different one to each other, because one, of course, is related to actions on the environment. You are dealing with the finance. But you are a representative of our financial stakeholders, a very important representative. Could you tell us what are the aspects that were more impressive to you and your suggestions for us to improve?
Absolutely, Ilaria. And first of all, thank you, and also to Alberto and Mariano for the very kind words. And grazie mille for the invite. It's a magnificent opportunity of witnessing once again and firsthand MAIRE's sustainability ambition as it translates into action. As you kindly mentioned, indeed, MAIRE and Emirates NBD benefit from a long-term, fruitful partnership. This allowed us to leverage on strong synergies and facilitate the first sustainability-linked bonding facility out of the wider region, a true milestone in that respect. Now, going to the point kindly flagged by you, Ilaria, regarding the stakeholders' engagement, I have to say that it's a bit challenging to name all of the milestones, because you and the team are doing such a brilliant part, but I'll give my best to cover at least the most important ones from our side. First of all, promoting circular economy. This goes without saying. That's such an important topic, especially in the region that we're hosted now in the UAE, and also I think highlighted earlier during this brilliant forum by you and the team. I would also mention all the efforts that MAIRE's team is putting in terms of allocating to research and development, to reduce microplastic pollution, and designing technologies that promote recycled materials in the market. So you could see the depth and the variety of actions that support in terms of addressing the climate change. Then, of course, you do have developing solutions to save and recycle water. And again, very important for this region, which is a bit under stressed from that respect. Again, I also want to highlight in terms of the brilliant work that has been done in terms of mapping sites that are in proximity of biodiversity protected areas and implementing bespoke projects. And here I can think of the mangroves that you're kindly planting next to the Hail and Gasha site, which is a very important part. And just to give you an example, I think you can witness firsthand in the region the benefits of mangroves, like the temperature around them is like at least 2-3 degrees better and improved compared to other places, plus all the other benefits connected. And of course, also working jointly with suppliers on their scope 3 emissions reduction, but also in terms of mapping avoided emissions, which are also known as scope 4 emissions. And this tells you in terms of the brilliant leadership at MAIRE, but also in the sense of the direction of travel. And of course, as Emirates NBD and also Emirates NBD Capital, we're very fortunate to support and have such pleasure of being part of the story. And hopefully we are here for the long term. So very much looking forward to also bridging that 30% gap that Mariano kindly mentioned in terms of getting from 70% to 100%. In terms of all the sustainability facility. And to be honest, you don't hear that often such a great milestone. So hats off to you, and grazie mille for the invite once again.
Thank you so much, Razvan. Really, thank you. Thank you, Alberto.
Pleasure. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mariano. And so we are at the end of our journey, but only for today, because as you imagine, we will go on working and we will have another sustainability day next year and so on. But let me say one thing. Our vision is a long vision, and maybe these could be the words that our CEO could say at the end, at the beginning of this event, if you were here. The long vision is bold, is still standing, is a direction. We continue to work. We will work harder and harder. And I would like to invite our chairman, Fabrizio Diamato, for the conclusions. And I thank him a lot, as usual. Thank you very much.
Before to start my speech, my conclusion, I would like to inform last night I was informed with a fact of one of the important tower manager passed away. He was a contract manager of the group, also the head of the operation of India, Mr. Baride, Milinder Baride. And then I would like to be a minute with the silence to everyone. Okay, let's start my conclusion. First of all, I would like to thank you, Ilaria, for the incredible job. Believe me, I know all the time, we are in touch to develop and to take a decision in the different way of these projects. But for me, I was here to listen everything. It was impressive, the job, and congratulations to you and all the team of sustainability, but also of all the organization of the group are involved of this important achievement. I try to to summarize is not easy because I would like to say many things, but I would like to stress three things. One is connected by the timing. You know, less than 10 years ago, we decided to start and talk in more detail, more deep in our organization about the sustainability with the more power. Thanks to the Ilaria joining with us, the whole organization was set up. Now our approach of sustainability is becoming really in our organization also is a part of our strategy, as a commercial strategy also. Because sometimes our client appreciate, I see here there is Davide, our head of commercial of Tecnimont, is important to the client. We can offer also ideas and proposal of realization of the important achievement we did today, like Alengasha, like Borouge 4, and many other examples in our organization. In my opinion, we want to use this opportunity for us as an obligation for the new generation to do it, but also for us to have a new journey with our group in the different way, in the different mode, because if you want to achieve the future results, you need to be more and more sustainable with the approach. And thanks to that, I see that in our DNA now, in respect of 10 years ago, we are very, very, very deep in all of us as important to develop the sustainability in our day-by-day works. Second point is connected by the new generation and the senior manager in our organization, the new talent. We did see today also an important program as the new generation, but also it's important to see the management of this program are young people and senior people. That is the real results of the integration of the two. Because also in this respect, in the beginning, it was not easy sometimes to put together in the same shape, to develop new ideas, new programs, a new fact, the realization, especially, for example, on site. But in this time, the situation is completely changed. I'm very, very, very happy on that, because thanks to that, we can grow in line, the sustainability in line with our strategic plan. You know, we have announced the 10-year strategic plan, and then now we are working also beyond on that. That's why with this approach, we can create a base, a solid base for our growth and our future. The third point is organization internally and the environment around us. Because without environment, we can do whatever you want, but without cultural go around, the important achievement we need, the climate, in the different way, it's not easy. What I understand also, thanks to this presentation today, is also our supply chain is on board with us, our people are on board, all the stakeholders around us, the financial community is in charge with us for sustainable linked financial approach. Our shareholder, the financial community ask us many times, they appreciate, and also the result is also embedded in our value of the company. That's why the combination of the sustainability is an opportunity also for our group, for our people, our workers, for all the stakeholders in that respect. Then I would like to stress one of the important things for me is the result we want to achieve. If everyone, we still working with this approach, all our chain, we want to be an example also for the industries, because sometimes the people follow. I know the story when we decided to move, for example, as an scheme, as a part of the organization 2018. Now, most of our competitors or friends are moving in the same way. That's why also we want to stress this sustainability approach in our organization, because we want to see in the future more and more our industries, all our partner competitors and so on are moving everyone in the same direction, because if all together we are moving, the mood and the DNA are changing, the new generations coming, we can help also the new generation to do the reality of the sustainability. Because sometimes I spoke with the young generation told me, I would like to say this and this and this and this. I said, yes, but did you know exactly what you need to do to achieve this result or not? That's why, it's important to connect the senior and the new generation and involve all the industry, all the stakeholders, and we need to become, Ilaria, more and more an example for us, but also for the rest of the other company, because if you started let me say, the mode, the mentality, everyone are follow. In conclusion, I would like to say again, thank you all. Repeat for this incredible job. This incredible job was did by involvement of the organization with attention of the disciplines, because one of the speaker told us we achieved this result without additional cost. That's important, because the sustainability is social. Many times we discuss with Ilaria, environment for sure, climate and so on, but economics. If you approach with discipline also in this respect, we can have a result of all the 3 points. That is the key issue for the success of the development of the sustainability in a group like us. Thank you all for the participation today here, and good luck for the future. And I'm with you, with all of you, personally committed to support and continue to grow our strategy in sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Really. Thank you. So, thank you to everybody for staying with us all this time. But I have to thank you, in particular, some people. I want to give a great thank to the communication department, in particular to Federica Merli, because she was really, thank you. and to my team, in particular to Veronica Del Torre. Thank you very much, Veronica. So, see you next year, and stay safe. Microfono, siete tutti invitati al lunch.